video, we were mainly just applying transitions and adjusting them just a little bit, but that is just kind of scratching the surface of the possibilities. We are going to mess with the effect control panel today and adjust our transitions just to add more of an effect to our video. All right, so you're just going to go ahead and keep what you've done in the other videos. I hopped to a new computer, so all my transitions are gone here. So first of all, we're going to drag the cross dissolve transition. So under dissolve is cross dissolve, and we're going to drag it. If you already have one there, go ahead and just drop it on top of what you already have. And we talked about this earlier, the effect controls. So go ahead and use your selection tool to click on your transition just once. And here's your effect controls for your transition. Right now it's A, B. Well, it's A. They're showing the A-B screen. So if you want to see your actual sources, for some reason mine is really small, you can click on that button right there. Also, there is no alignment options because it's just at the beginning of the video. For your duration there, you can see it at different links. So right now it's at 1 second. So if you press and hold on your mouse and drag it to the right, it should change it to you can kind of expand it or make it smaller. So here I kind of have to press and hold with my pointer finger and then drag with my middle finger. So I'm going to do it at 2 seconds and just hit play. And you can kind of, sometimes I like to use the timeline there to see it. And again, guys, looks like the volume's kind of messed up on this video. So cross dissolve basically would go from one clip to the other, but since there is no other clip, it's just going to go from like black into the clip. So you can kind of play with it at different durations. Now we are going just to kind of see the effect there of it. Now we're going to drag the push transition from slide. So I'm going to close my dissolve bin, and I'm going to go to slide and choose push. And I'm going to drop push in between clips 2 and 3. All right. Again, if you hit play and your timeline is on your clip or you have your clip selected, notice that your effect controls changes. So the way to get that back is just to go ahead and click back on your transition. So if that ever happens to you, that's just kind of how you use the effect controls on your slide. This is going to be the effect controls on your transition. All right, so next we're going to apply the push transition in between the second and third slide. The push transition is in our slide bin, and we're going to drop it at the center and then click on it. And my timeline is before my transition, so I'm just going to go ahead and hit play. And it's looking like right now it's going from left to right. So we're going to push it differently. So we're going to push it from the top down by clicking on this north to south option. So again, my push transition is the one that's selected. I'm going to go up here and click on this north to south arrow and watch it change. Now we are going to apply the wipe transition in between the second and third clip. So the wipe transition is actually in the wipe bin. So I'm going to click on it and drag it and drop it. And let's just go ahead and watch it. So I'm going to move my timeline right before the transition.
Picking up speed.
And I see it kind of go across there. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to adjust that. So again, make sure you're clicked on your wipe transition here. So the push transition, the wipe transition effect controls look similar. So make sure you're clicked on the right transition. It should turn it kind of a lighter color. And then up here at the top, it should say boss. Well, that's weird. Let's just choose, it should say wipe. Okay. So we are going to do some adjustments in this. So we're going to adjust the border width. So again, you can press and hold on that and drag it, or you could just type 20. So the border width, we're going to adjust it to 20. Or again, you can just click on it and type 20. Press enter. We're also going to adjust the angle. So right now, if I click on it, I see a black line that kind of wipes it. So a black border that kind of wipes it from one to the next. So now we want to change how it's being wiped. So we're going to click in the upper left direction triangle to change the direction to northwest to southeast. So we're going to click on that, and then we see our transitions start up there in the upper left corner, and it goes down to the lower right corner there. We're going to change the color of the border. You can click on that, and we're going to choose this gray color kind of up in the sky of that first clip. And we're going to adjust the anti-aliasing quality. Not quite sure how to say that. All that really does is it adjusts the smoothness of the edges of the transition. So if I click on that, I'm going to choose it to high. And I'm going to try it one more time here. All right. So we see that wipe there. Now we're going to select the iris option. I'm going to decrease or close the white bin and open up the iris bin. And we're going to choose iris round. And I'm going to drag it to the end of the third clip. All right. So we're going to move our timeline so that we get to see this go here. All right, just gives this big round circle in the middle. One thing I'm going to do too is I'm going to adjust this to where I kind of just see her shadow go off the screen, kind of like that there. Okay. So again, I'll watch the iris round. Just kind of puts a big old circle in the middle of the screen. We're going to adjust that. So click where it says iris round. Okay. Again, you probably already have a transition, so just drop it over it and then it would replace the old transition. So this transition has a new option and it's a positioning circle. So we're going to adjust that. So we're going to select the reverse option. So that way, instead of giving us a big circle, a big black circle, it shows us the video in the circle. So let's play that again. Okay. It's a little bit cooler. We're going to move the in slider to the left so we can see how the transition looks there. So we just did that. And then on the start screen, we're going to move the positioning circle to make the transition finish on the woman's feet. So again, we're going to clip this clip just a little bit more, just to where we like see her foot go off the screen. There we go. All right. So glitchy just due to me adjusting them, but so what you want to do is adjust where your dot starts to adjust then where it ends. So what we want to do is make it to where it follows her feet, and So right now that's not going to follow her feet, so I'm going to move the start. It says that it's for start. I don't really think that's where it starts. So you'll kind of watch it go, and then you want it to end, like kind of follow her feet off the screen. And then you want it to end a little bit closer to her feet. So you kind of want it to follow, you want it to see how there it would follow her walking off the screen. One thing I didn't show you guys is if you want to adjust the length of your transition, another way to do that is to click on it, and you can make it longer or shorter right here with this cursor, just like you would a clip. Like you can edit a clip, the length of a clip as well. It's just find a couple of pictures from your files and import them. And so here's a couple pictures of my son, like senior pictures, sorry. And so if you can't see the whole picture like that, what you can do is when you click on the clip and you see effect controls, you expand motion and press and hold on the scale, and you can drag it down because these are all portrait pictures, so you can't see it very well. Anyways, so if I wanted to apply a transition to multiple clips, so I could select those two clips by drawing like a box around them, and you can do this to videos as well. After you've gone in, and let's say that I choose cross dissolve as my default transition. So if I two finger click cross dissolve or control click, it says set selected as default transition. So I could do that to any transition. And then I would go up to sequence and I would say apply default transitions to selection, and it would apply that cross dissolve to as a video transition to all of those. So that is kind of a nice, easy way to apply it to multiple clips. The last thing I want to show you is that there are audio transitions. So if you expand audio transitions, there's not a lot. There's a crossfade here. So if I like constant power here, if I click on constant power and drag and drop it, but I have to drag and drop it to the sound part, the audio part. That's what this audio, the A stands for. And then again, you can adjust that by clicking on it, and you can play with your audio transition. There is a exponential fade, so you could fade something out. That's kind of how you would do that. And then again, you can adjust the duration of your transition there, so, or your audio transition. So you can go ahead and play with those two on these clips. My type tool selected, and I have my timeline where I want it. So I'm just going to draw a text box there across my screen. Okay, so I've already done this once. So once you have that where it is, it's going to go on top of your slide right now. So because it's on the layer ahead of it, so anything that's transparent, you're going to be able to see behind it. To adjust anything to my text layer, I'm going to click on in effects controls. I'm going to click to expand that. And right here is my fill color, so I could change that if I want it to be a little bit more gray. This is my stroke color, just like you would in Photoshop. You can change the color there. And then this is how thick it is, and you click to add it, so that way it applies it to your text. This is where you would go to center your text. Up, this, like if you wanted something, you know, you could change your font here to that noteworthy font or whatever